Hey guys, not sure how invasive this is. I couldn't put my tripod up there, obviously further away. It just doesn't work and there's not enough space. Before I shot off for work this morning, I wanted to talk about authenticity. This is a guided message. If you feel called to watch this video or listen to this message, please do. Even if it's just one person, it still could have a massive impact on your life and could just be something you need to hear. Also, I realized in the last videos I've done, I say like so much, so please excuse me while I train that out of myself. I'm still quite ill as well, so I sound really nasally and gross. I'll probably cough a lot, which is gross. But anyway, I wanted to talk a bit about authenticity and what that means and just how really it can show up for different people. I think people struggle a lot with authenticity. It doesn't come naturally to a lot of people, and it's not necessarily to say that you're not authentic. It just means you've probably had experiences in your life that have suppressed your authenticity and made it not safe for you to fully express yourself and who you are or who you want to be. Maybe you haven't been allowed to find that. You haven't been allowed the space to find your authentic self and who you actually are. I also have learned, I'm only 23, so I'm still really young. I've got a lot of learning to do. I've learned that as you get older, you really do come into yourself a lot, and that might seem a bit silly to say, but you really do. As I've grown older, every year I've learned so much more about myself and who I am, who I want to be, what boundaries I want to set, what I don't want for myself, and what I will allow and what I won't allow. It is something that comes with age, I do feel. Unless you're someone who is very self-assured and you know yourself. But even then, I do think we change so much. We have so many experiences in life that shape us, mold us, and change us. Really, 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 really change us. When I think back to how I would conform, try and fit in, when I knew you're just not. I don't want to sound like a pick me right now, but I was different, and it's not a bad thing. I think we're all different. Like, that is what makes us unique, and that is what makes us human. We're all different, but we all try and fit in, especially school age. We try and fit in and conform, and it makes you sad. It makes you miserable because that's not you. You're presenting this altar, and it's not you. And how unfulfilling is that you're presenting to the world as this thing that you are not, and that you've got to do that every single day. It's like, for example, when you work in a job that you hate, you've got to go 5 days a week for 8 hours or more, put on this facade of something that you're not, someone that you're not, just to make the day go by. Think about the effect that that will have on you in the long run, pretending to be someone you're not every single day. I think people will probably listen to this and be like, well, great, how do I do that? It's not safe for me to express myself and who I am. And that is heartbreaking to hear. But I want you to know that there is always another way. There's always gonna be someone out there for you that will support you and love you for who you are. There might be so many people making you feel like you're too much or you're not enough, and that's fine. You might just not fit into that person's world, or vice versa. And something you've also got to remember is a lot of people are acting out of fear, so they might judge you before you judge them as a protective mechanism, and that's why people don't open up as easily and accept as easily. That might be why. Sorry, I'm pretty sure there's bin men watching me right now. Hello? Ah! What the hell? I'm scared. Shall I drive and talk, or is that unsafe? The audio's gonna change now because I took those microphones off because they're awful. Do not buy microphones from Amazon. Anyway, yes, where was I? So people can only meet you as deep as they've met themselves, and if they haven't done the work and they haven't been on a journey yet with themselves, usually it's just pure avoidance. It's too painful to go in and deal with all the stuff that needs to be dealt with and unpack all the things that need to be unpacked. And I say that with the least judgment because I understand how difficult it is. I will myself ignore it for a while until it gets so loud that you just can't ignore it anymore. Going back to my point, because I will go off on a tangent and start talking about something else. People will only meet you as deep as they've met themselves, and that means that person that they've met may not be their authentic self. So everyone's just walking around masking because they're so afraid to show who they really are. And then I also think you get this situation where true authentic people who do open up and let themselves be seen for who they are and be vulnerable, I do feel that they are targeted in a way because it's triggering. If you're walking around hiding who you are and you walk past someone who's just openly, confidently, unapologetically being themselves, you're going to think, I want that for myself, but I can't do that, so I'm going to hate this person, or I'm going to give this person hate. And again, I say that with the least judgment because that is a normal human thing. Like, that's fine. We all do it, and it's fine because you can come back from that. You can be forgiven. Everything will be fine. What am I on about? Everything I say, I really do try and say it with the least judgment possible, because whatever I'm saying, I've been there, or I do still do it, and this is also a reminder to myself. Please, don't feel judged. I don't want to make anyone feel judged with this message. I want it to be as welcoming and warm as I possibly can, but sometimes you need to hear that hard truth. I know a lot of people who are, like my friend Carly, for example, if you're listening. She is someone who is just so authentic. I honestly have not met someone as authentic to this day, my years on this earth. I have not met someone so authentic. How many times am I going to say authentic in this video, I wonder? And I find that really admirable because as someone on their journey to authenticity, when people just ooze that, I find it really admirable anyway. Like, they give off that vibe naturally. That's just their natural state. She is an Aquarius, so shout out Carly J. Love you, girl. Anyway, yeah, so she's an example. You don't really even have to try, and she might even think, hey, you're saying this, I definitely mask, and I definitely will hide parts of myself, and that's fine. That is a normal human thing to do. This is kind of a ramble, so I don't know if this is going to make any sense when I edit it, but I guess the takeaway from this, my advice would be, step into love, come back to love, and know that you're not too much, you're not too little, you're not worthy, you're not weird, you're not crazy, you're not insane, you're not crazily out there. Maybe you're just in the wrong room, and maybe you're just with the wrong crowd, and maybe the people that are telling you these things, that you are too much or you are too little, maybe they just don't see you for who you are, or maybe they can't see and accept themselves for who they are, so they're using you as a scapegoat almost. So I definitely, my advice would be, just go away and maybe journal, meditate, sit there and really think, who am I when no one's watching? Who am I when I'm not performing for people? Who am I when I don't care what people think about me? And also, life is so short. Oh my goodness. It depends what you believe. I personally believe in reincarnation, but then even so, this could be a last life here. This could be a last life on this plane of existence. You could not be coming back for the human experience ever again. So just don't take things so seriously. The world is not going to implode if you decide to be yourself, or if you decide to wear that outfit, that crazy outfit that you think you might get crucified for. I did just have a thought pop into my head. I know there is a safeguarding issue. I think it'd be obnoxious for me to ignore the safeguarding issue of, for example, the LGBT community. I know there's been a lot of incidences recently where it isn't safe for you to express yourself, because you will get physically hurt, and that's horrible. It's sickening that's the reality, but it is the reality. So my heart really does go out to you if you're having to deal with that. I'm really sorry. Just know that that isn't the entire world. There's people out there that love you and accept you for who you are. Unfortunately, we do have to share the planet with people that are just really sad and have to resort to bullying and abuse because they feel little. So I'm really sorry for that. I really hope you can still find space in this world to create and express yourself openly and freely without being harmed. Back to the takeaway from this conversation really is just be your fucking self. Be yourself. Love yourself. You're an amazing ball of light and energy, and your presence is just amazing. And I love to see you walk into a room and just authentically be yourself and not give a fuck what anyone else is thinking about you or saying or doing or looking at you funny. Just do you, because we need more of your uniqueness, nerve and talent, girl. Don't forget that you are an amazing person and you're just full of love and light, and there's so many people that will love you, and there's so many people that you haven't met yet because you're not expressing your true self. And when you meet those people and those connections, oh my god, they are so fulfilling and they make it worth it. They make it worthwhile. Don't forget to be yourself, and love you lots, and I hope everyone has a lovely day, and I hope this message